For over 2,000 years, one plant, Cannabis sativa, has gradually become a significant part of traditional Chinese medicine. Its story isn't one of modern controversy, but of ancient healing. This history is examined in remarkable detail in an innovative scholarly paper by Professor Zhao Zonzin and E.J. Brand that was published in Frontiers in Pharmacology. Professor Zhao, the former chair professor and associate dean of Hong Kong Baptist University School of Chinese Medicine, has also held important posts in Chinese top medical research institutes. His collection of work unites modern science with old tradition. This study indicates that the medical qualities of cannabis were mentioned in ancient Chinese scriptures, which we are now starting to understand from the perspective of modern pharmacology. Could substances like THC and CBD be the source of those ancient indications? The article also makes a distinction between the plant's two primary uses, medical cannabis and fiber-rich hemp for textiles. A small but yet important distinction. The fact that cannabis was traditionally given a condition like pain and mental distress, areas where modern science is also recognizing therapeutic potential, and perhaps the most fascinating. However, the study also respectfully notes a gap that little is known about the pharmacological relationship between cannabis and traditional medical treatments. Nevertheless, the study creates an essential link between traditional Chinese knowledge and modern scientific research. It's not just a plant here, it's about newfound knowledge. Cannabis was previously widely used in China's ancient spiritual and everyday use, before cannabinoids were identified as by modern science and long before the West disputed its legally. We hear the story from Dr. Hu Lin Li, a scholar and historian. Li was born in Suzhou, China, and spent his academic career researching at Yenchang University, Harvard, and beyond. In his 1974 article, An Anthropological and Historical Account of Cannabis in China, Li provides a detailed and in-depth history of cannabis. He claims that cannabis was more than just a medication. It was a crop, a fiber. Its stalks were also twisted into linen and rope, and its seeds were crushed for oil. However, one of China's first pharmacological writings, the Shenang Benchen, also indicates something more profound. This plant possessed power that was both spiritual and healing. According to Li's research, cannabis can be used as a spiritual tool. Cannabis may have been used to change consciousness and create portals to the sublime in shamanic and Taoist ceremonies. It was thought that one might communicate with spirits, travel between worlds, and acquire knowledge from beyond through incense smoke and ritual. The research and writing of Dr. Lin Li goes beyond scholarly publications. It is a key that reveals the cultural, therapeutical, and spiritual aspects of cannabis in China. Rediscovering the past allows us to view the whole picture. Additionally, cannabis was more than just a plant. In 2019, scientists published a groundbreaking study by Science Advances, revealing some of the earliest physical evidence of ritual cannabis use. Researchers found remnants of burned cannabis by chemically analyzing these wooden pots called braziers. Not just any cannabis. However, cannabis fat is rich in psychoactive compounds. Braziers were found to be a symbol of status. Cannabis and the tools such as braziers were discovered to be commonly used by individuals who were priests, Shamans and healers. Cannabis was not used casually. It was considered sacred, only for the resilient, the religious, and the healers. This discovery, which dates back 2,500 years, puts China among the first scientist societies to consume cannabis for its psychoactive effects. There is more to these braziers than just historical interest. They provide us with an insight into a world in which cannabis benefited the soul as well as the body. Archaeologists discovered a burial in 2008 in the mountains of northwest China. However, this was no typical funeral. More than 2 pounds of cannabis, preserved for almost 3,000 years, were inside. This was a shaman's grave, not only a spiritual leader, but also a wealthy, powerful individual. The fact that more than 2 pounds of cannabis were found says it all. This was no informal use. It was customary, with a purpose. From ancient texts to sacred ritual to the silent graves of shamans, cannabis has long held a place in the heart of Chinese culture. We are discovering a story that has been developing for thousands of years, thanks to the dedicated work of historians, scientists, and archaeologists, of a plant that was good for the body and the soul.